Hello there, little superstars. His name is Aaron, and he just got done with a Baja Blast bath.
His name's Tommy, and he needs your parent credit card numbers and social security.
And this is the Super Pod Saga.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is episode 30-something of the Super Pod Saga. I've lost track. No one knows what episode it is.
I think... Let me check. I think by the time this one comes out, it'll be 32?
32? 33? Who knows? You're finding out just as soon as we are. If you're a first-time listener to the Super Pod Saga, welcome. This is the podcast where Aaron and I bring a different video game topic to the table every week to discuss it until there's nothing left to discuss, until we run out of topics, and presumably by that time the sun has swallowed the earth. Where can people find us on social media, Aaron?
superpodsaga.com. You can find all of our socials up there on the top of the screen, and also consider becoming a patron, because that would go a long way. But otherwise, if not, enjoy the episodes.
Yeah, we're still figuring the whole social media and Patreon thing out, so, be patient with us. Or if you're listening to this way in the future, we made it cool. I'm assuming we haven't figured out in the future.
And those pills that turn into food when you rehydrate them, those are really, really good in the future. I bet.
I love them. I'm glad that we figured out global warming, climate change. That's really cool. What's our topic for this week, Aaron? I'm excited.
Yeah, this one's going to be video game mascot characters.
Video game mascots. I feel like this is going to be one of those Aaron educational ones where you teach me stuff, because we talked about this a little bit before, and you just have more knowledge about random video game mascots than anyone I know.
I've got a bunch that are pretty, like, they're failed ones, and they're pretty obscure.
They're the best ones, because you have to think when they made them, they're like, this is it. This is gonna be our big thing. Everyone's gonna love Titus the Fox.
They were starting up a whole new checking account. They were like, all right, send all the money for Arrow the Acrobat here.
I don't even know if that's real. Mine's real.
That's real, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, you start first, since you're the cool knowledge person.
Okay, should we start it off strong with one that everybody knows and loves?
Yeah, I think so.
We can start off with Mario. That's one everybody knows.
Yes, the biggest of mascots.
Even if you don't play video games, you know who Mario is. They've had serials, cartoons, many movies. They've had all sorts of stuff with Mario on them. And
Chris Pratt himself.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. Or not Chris Pratt, god damn it. Chris Pratt. It's Mr. Spaceman, Mr. Parks and Rec Man himself. And Dino Man himself. Chris Pratt.
I think it's crazy that Mario is as huge as he is, just like as a person, because he's pretty boring. It's just funny that we'll get to Sonic later, obviously, but Sega was like, we're gonna make this guy cool. The kids will love him because he's cool, and Mario's like, let's go, wahoo, and everyone's like, yes.
He jumps on another thing.
He jumps on another. Look at him jump!
It's like, holy shit, he's jumping.
And when they first made Mario on the Nintendo, they gave him like a mustache because they wanted to make his nose more apparent. So it's just like, yeah, we needed you to see his nose, so mustache. And that's like one of his defining things.
I don't know how they ever came up with Mario, but like, I'm glad they went with that name instead of his original name, which was Jumpman. Also, it's kind of funny.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine if it was still Jumpman.
Right, hey.
Jumpman Party, Jumpman Cart.
Super Jumpman Bros 3.
Super Jumpman Bros. Jumpman is missing.
I like how even if you just hear somebody with the name Mario, you're always in your head like,
oh, absolutely.
Where's Luigi?
Or it's a me, Mario. No one can be named Mario. Like, I don't know how Mario Lopez made it through life.
I feel the same way with like anybody that's named Elmo or like Grover, any Sesame Street character.
What's the garbage one? The one that lives in the garbage?
Oh, Oscar,
yeah. Oscar is like still decently popular name. I know of a person named Oscar.
Yep, I know a Big Bird in real life.
You know a Big Bird in real life? No. What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just a stupid joke in there.
I thought there was really someone in your life you called Big Bird.
Oh no, dude!
Yeah,
I was just joking.
My old roommate Snuffleupagus.
fucking Abby Kazam or whatever the fuck they call her.
Man, you've lost me now. You've gone past my Sesame Street knowledge.
It's wild to me how they've been able to successfully spin off Mario into like anything and everything.
Yeah, literally.
And it's awesome. And then like other mascots, it just didn't catch on at all, and they just died.
And again, even like in the sports games, he's the most basic dude. No one, if you play as Mario in Mario Kart, you're a psychopath.
It's true. Yeah.
His dice is like, it does a little bit special, but everyone else has like super special things, and Mario's like, no, I'm basic Mario. I do things average. Very average, but I also save the world.
Same with him in Smash Bros as well too, because he's just he jumps.
He's fine.
He does kick. He does a fireball. That's Mario.
He's got his cape turn, what's that? What's that even from? His cape.
The cape? I think it's from Super Mario World.
Oh yeah,
on SNES.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly and shit.
That's right.
But yeah, they turned him into a board game with Mario Party. They turned him into a racing game with I can't even begin to think of how they came up with Super Mario Kart, because there was like, I imagine it was just two dudes in a break room. They're just getting a cup of coffee, and they're like, hey Dan, hey, and they're like, he's like, hey, come here. He's like, hey Dan,
it's Miyamoto.
What if Mario? What if Mario was on a fucking go-kart, and then they were both like, their eyes got really huge, and they're like, oh my god, let's go tell our boss Daniel.
They go into the meeting room with all the people around, slams down a figure of Mario, slams down a cart, doesn't say a word. Miyamoto just says yes, or however you say yes in Japanese.
They throw stacks of cash at him.
And it's probably going to be the biggest movie of this year too. I wouldn't be surprised, because Mario's huge, insanely huge. Like, I don't know, it's just bizarre that he's so huge. I like it. I mean, they're good games. That's probably the biggest thing, is they're good games.
Yeah, and they always get pretty creative with the next games too. Like, I'm not a big expert on the 2D ones. Like, they've been good, but like, they went Super Mario 64 was just Mario in every dimension possible.
Yeah, that was like revolutionary for games. Yeah.
And then Sunshine, they were like, hey, what if we did the same thing, but he's got a jetpack that runs on water, man. And then
he's got clean goop.
That's right. He cleans up graffiti. He's the hero the world needs.
Yeah. That's Mario, the hero. He's the everyman who saves the world, gets the girl.
And then he goes into space in the next one. Twice.
It was so good they made another.
That's right. It's like couscous.
Man. Okay. My pick for top video game mascot for me growing up was absolutely Crash Bandicoot himself.
Oh, I was waiting for this one.
The former Sony mascot for the PlayStation era. Definitely fell off afterwards, but in the 90s, man, he went toe-to-toe with Mario and Sonic.
And they did a lot of the same shit that they did with Mario, because like they had Crash Bash, which was that Mario Party. They had Crash Nitro Kart.
Yeah, and he was really cool. He was in Pizza Hut commercials. He ate the crust backwards, the stuffed crust backwards.
Oh, yeah.
He ate the crust first.
What a wacky and wild, what a motherfucker.
He did the cross chop. If you didn't do anything, he'd do a little dance, and he'd end with the suck it. So that was really huge for me as a kid. I was like, he's doing the suck it from the wrestling. He really connects with me as a child.
Who do you think is PlayStation's mascot now? Like,
it's
I
funny.
guess they don't really have one,
because Wikipedia has a thing that lists it, and they have current, because they have former, and for current Sony Interactive is Kuro and Toro, Sackboy, Nathan Drake, and Kratos. Specifically for PlayStation 5, it's Astrobot.
Okay.
I can see that.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I thought I knew Nathan Drake would be one of them, but yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, Nathan Drake's fallen off. I'm surprised it's not. I mean, I know it can't be from The Last of Us, but that's kind of their biggest thing right now at this moment. But I don't know. It can't really have a mascot that's a psychopathic murderer. Although that's what Kratos is, I guess. It's less real, though.
Nah, I guess that's true, yeah.
But yeah,
well,
Crash Bandicoot, love that.
He also kind of really fell off, because like
fell off.
The first 4 were really good, and then after that they were kind of Like
they,
I remember,
they got sold off or something, or they let lesser studios make them.
Like there was that one like Crash of the Titans or something that was
I had
stupid.
that one. I had that one on the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah,
not good. There was one game where they made like a big deal out of Crash talking for the first time, and all he said was pancakes.
Ooh. He just shouldn't talk.
He just pancakes or something like that. Maybe it was waffles. It was some breakfast food.
French toast. they have him do the Ricky Bobby reference. I like crepes.
And then they made Crash Bandicoot 4 recently, and everyone seemed to like it. It didn't blow the world up, but everyone was like, "Yeah, this is what we want." And then they're like, "Okay, coming up next, Crash. Is it Rumble? Crash Team Rumble?
Smash Bros thing."
Yeah, but it's not Smash Bros at all. It's like an arena team-based thing where you have to defend your area, and other people to go out and collect Wumpa fruit to bring back to your base. That's exactly what no one wants with Crash Bandicoot.
I don't even know a good comparison for
right?
that.
I know.
Wouldn't be like Overwatch or a MOBA.
No. It's really weird. I guess maybe kind of like the Pokemon Unite.
I guess so, yeah.
Because you have to go and bring things back to Dunk. Yeah, maybe that's what... I think that's it. It's Crash Bandicoot with Pokemon Unite, what no one wants.
Hey, let's capitalize on the Pokemon Unite craze with Crash. God
Silly.
damn it.
Silly.
Ah, that sucks that Crash fell off. And same with the next popular one I had, Sonic.
Sonic.
Sucks that he kind of... The first, the same thing. 4 games were good. Sonic 1, Sonic 2,
Knuckles.
Sonic 3 and all the bullshit. And then Sonic CD, they were good. And then...
They did not transfer to 3D.
Well,
but I will say, you have to give them credit for, never giving up. As long as we are on this planet, they will make another Sonic game.
That's true. But I guess Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were good, though. Even if they did get kind of jank,
really
they were still kind of good.
Those are really looked back on fondly. Like the generation just below us.
Hell yeah. And then, they're so good that I made a blog post on our website about how I wish I lived in a Chow Garden, because the Chow Garden was just so good.
Again, the biggest thing that I just don't understand why no one else has done or why they haven't brought back.
I know. It's so addictive, dude. You don't even need to make any progress at all in the main game. Just go to the Chow Garden, just goof around, throw your chow all over hell, shake them up, throw them again, whatever you want, man. Throw them.
It's one of those things that everyone was like, we would pay you money for this, actual money, and they just refused to. They're like, Sonic Werehog. Sonic, he's the Black Knight.
Yep, Sonic Arabian Nights. Give him 1,000 coins or whatever the fuck.
Sonic Colors. At least they haven't done... Well, I guess they did in 2006. They're like, this is Sonic the Hedgehog, and no subtitle or anything. And that was the worst of them. So I wonder if they'll ever do that again. Are they ever just going to be like, we're starting over. This is Sonic the Hedgehog.
I can't see any situation where that'd be a good thing. But Sonic Frontiers seems like it's been pretty well received. It's not mind blowing like Mario Odyssey, obviously, but it's been pretty good.
No, yeah, same thing as Crash 4. I feel like it's everyone's like, yeah, this is good. This is what we want. It's not as game shattering as Breath of the Wild or Mario stuff, but everyone's like, yeah, this is good. So I'm glad. I never want a game to be bad. It's fun to laugh at, absolutely, but I would much prefer for a game to be good.
That's true. And by the way, do you know who Sega's mascot was before Sonic?
Yes, I just read it above Sony Interactive. It was Alex Kidd.
Yep, Alex Kidd. It's a little kid in a jumpsuit.
Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I've never seen this kid in my life.
And then I think it was after Sonic 3, they tried to make Rystar the next Sega mascot, but he failed because he's not fast like Sonic. People want to be fast.
Yeah,
want to go fast.
You gotta be fast. That's why he was better than Mario, because he was faster.
Yep.
And that's why I never liked playing Sonic.
It's too fast.
Too fast.
Too fast. Too spooky.
Give me 5 seconds. Sorry, my door was open. Like a ghost had opened it.
Maybe it was one of those dudes from what's that game you played? Siren. Maybe it was a Siren dude.
No. Why would you say that?
No, I'm just joking.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. It's just some of these are really funny. The mascot for Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong. No, we're not going to talk about that. I have an interesting one. I'd like to get your thoughts on this one. Right. I think the mascot for indie games as a whole is Shovel Knight.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a guest spot in damn near everything.
Pretty much everything.
He's so well loved, yeah.
Yeah. if he's an indie game, if there's an indie game with like pickable characters, he's likely in it. Even, man, what is it? For Honor has you can dress up as Shovel Knight in that sword fighting game.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and he even had a kind of a spot in Smash Bros as an assist trophy. I think they have a costume for him in Dead Cells, and there's a bunch of other games where they kind of spoof him, like Streets of Red, stuff like that.
Yeah, any game has Shovel Knight. And that is also a game series I have played 0 seconds of.
You should. They're so fun.
I know. Everyone says they're good, and I think it might be on Game Pass too. Even if it's not, I'm sure it's worth the money.
It absolutely is. They're the original game on its own, which I guess they rebranded as Treasure Trove. There's a lot to do, a lot to collect, a lot of secrets and like hidden stuff and just stuff to collect. And then they have those extra. Well, I guess you have to probably buy those expansions, but there's one where you play as. There's like 3 where you play as different characters from the main game.
Yeah.
And then the last one has a card game in it.
Oh, don't.
Joustus, Tommy, it's so fun.
Joustus?
Yeah, it's called Joustus.
That's a good name.
That's the card game.
It's a good name.
It's so fun.
I like Shovel Knight. I think he's a cool dude. I like I said, I haven't even played him, but every time I see him somewhere, like, hey, it's the Shovel Knight man.
They totally should make him the official mascot for indie games. That'd be awesome. The next one I had, he was almost the mascot for Xbox, but that's Blinks, the Time Sweeper.
Man, this is something that has completely gone under my radar for my whole life. I don't know if I had even heard of Blinks the Time Sweeper until like a couple of years ago.
Well, it's on Game Pass.
Oh, I know. I saw it and I was like, well, what a random game.
Yeah, he was meant to be the mascot for Xbox. I don't remember if Halo came before Blinks or not, but eventually we all know Master Chief is the mascot for Xbox. But yeah, Blinks is, I mean, he's got like a smug look on his face on the cover. But like in the game, he's just a little cute kitty cat guy with headphones, and he has his little vacuum and sucks up time crystals and pause and rewind and fast forward and shit.
Is that his thing? Is he can control time?
Yeah, you just suck up. There's like, when you're going through a level, there's these little time crystals that are in different shapes, and if you collect, I think it's like 3 or 4 of the same shape, it'll give you a time power, which is like, record, fast forward, pause, rewind, shit like that. And then you just controls time, and you throw shit at enemies and get to the end of the level, and that's Blinks.
Why does he have human teeth?
Does he?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's tough to see in most of the pictures, but there's some where he's smiling all the way, and it's just straight teeth all the way across.
Ooh. Yeah, I figured they would at least be like the zigzaggy like monster teeth or some shit.
Those are people teeth.
Oh yeah, and then that's right. For Blinks 2, the sequel to Blinks 1, you don't even play as Blinks. You make your own little animal
Metal Gear
character.
Solid 2.
And then it's so I forgot about that.
Why did they advertise this game?
I don't remember. I know for Blinks 1 they did.
I remember everything about Halo. Halo was huge, but
well, I guess I don't know if he was almost considered an Xbox mascot, but Voodoo Vince, that was another one that flew under the radar, but was apparently really good, which has also been remastered for Xbox One, and it's just a little voodoo doll platformer guy, and it's got like Tim Schafer almost kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And it's
That's the first thing I thought
cool.
of. I feel like the Xbox just had tons of games I didn't know about, apparently, because this guy isn't familiar to me. My next one, man, I think he could go toe-to-toe with Mario. It's Pikachu for the Pokemon games.
Oh, yeah. He is the mascot for Pokemon.
Yeah, I have friends that know who Pikachu is and nothing else, which, like, they don't play any video games, but they know who Pikachu is, which I know, like, that's the same for Mario and Sonic and stuff. But, like, Pikachu as a name even isn't, like you can say Mario is a normal word, Sonic is a normal word. Pikachu, you have to like teach people that name.
That's true, yeah. I remember, so I used to work at a Caribou Coffee in Des Moines, and we would have a trivia question of the day, and if you answered it right, you got 10 cents off your order.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was like, let's really fuck with these people, and the question was, I think it was like, numerically, which Pokemon is number 1 in the Pokedex? And most people were like, what the fuck is a Pokedex? Oh, shit.
Man, I have a problem with oversharing when it comes to video games sometimes. And, like, one of my friends was like, so what's the deal with Pikachu? And I'm like, what? And she's like, is he, like, super powerful or something? I'm like, no, not really. He's just a normal thing, but he evolves into a Raichu. And I just went off, and they're like, okay, cool.
I guess in the show he is super powerful for some ass reason.
I didn't watch a lot of the Pokemon show, but I remember when he beat Brock's Onix because he was covered in water. I was like, I don't think that would work, but you do you, video game or TV show, excuse me.
You almost got the people in a riot with that one. You better chill.
Okay, what other big Pokemon like that people love are you surprised by? Like, I've never had any special feelings towards Lucario, but people love Lucario.
Same, it's just a dog that does karate. I don't get it. It's literally just Hong Kong Phooey.
Yeah, and he's not very good in, well, I'm sure I need to learn how to play him, but in Smash, I've never understood how anyone does anything.
Mm-hmm. I
don't get the Lucario love.
A lot of people really like Charizard, and I mean, I guess I understand why he's a fire dragon, but like, I would rather fucking have a Squirtle. Put me up on this cross whenever you want to, people, but I feel like I mean, technically Squirtle could beat Charizard's ass. But
yeah, absolutely.
But Charizard's just alright. He's just a dragon. He's just a regular fucking fire dragon.
And that card is still worth money. But I feel like everyone has one, and it's just like they just say it's worth a lot of money to make themselves feel better.
I think so, yeah. People will find
again. That's another
Pokemon
thing.
Card.
I've had people in my life that aren't into Pokemon. They're like, I got a shiny foil Charizard card. I'm like,
good for you,
congrats,
Jason,
man.
or whatever. Oh boy, here's one for you. Here's another almost Sega mascot. It's Wild Woody.
Wild Woody. Oh man, you're gonna throw one of these in here that's not real and totally fool me, because what is he, a pencil?
Yeah, he's a pencil. He's just an anthropomorphic pencil who was brought to life by a totem pole or something, and all he does is he can erase things with his eraser butt, and he can draw things and store them in his sketchbook, I guess. And he's just a fucking pencil. And he was like a last ditch effort.
What more do you want?
He's a pencil. It's quiet. He's made of wood. He's wild.
He's holding a stick of dynamite. He's running at you. He's got human teeth as well. All these characters failed because of human teeth. What was wrong with the first Sonic movie CGI thing? He had human teeth. Don't give them human teeth unless they're humans.
By the way, there's a quote on the back of the cover for Wild Woody.
Okay.
So and it just kind of describes it, but it's the way it says it sounds gross. So it says, to get himself out of a jam, Wild Woody can sketch up things like bombs, mermaids, cyclones, and ghosts, or just rub out enemies with his big eraser butt. But it says to like rub them out, and it kind of sounds like gross, like he's gonna give him a handy or something. Like, I don't want to do that.
I love reading reviews to old games. Critical reception of Wild Woody was generally poor. The Pencil Game Pro criticized, summarizing that Woody comes up short in every department.
Oh no, Woody! No, his human teeth really fucking throw me off and make me want to vomit into my pants.
6 out of 10. Someone who should have been a bigger deal, like a mascot for decades, is Rayman with Ubisoft or Ubisoft.
Yep, I agree with that. Absolutely. He should be the mascot for Ubisoft.
Those games were brutal on PlayStation. Insanely difficult. But he was cool. He didn't have any arms or legs, but he had hands and feet. That's unique.
I remember playing, I think it was Rayman 2 on my cousin's N64. I believe it was Rayman 2. And there were lots of slide segments, and those were pretty fucking cool. I mean, I guess you get those in Mario and other games, but those were cool.
It makes me sad that the kids aren't cool with Rayman, because Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends were excellent, excellent video games, and they sold so poorly that they're like, nah, let's just do the Rabbids.
And that sucks, because the Rabbids are like, they're funny sometimes, but they get kind of old. Like, you can only handle, wah! Like maybe 4 times before it just gets old as shit.
You need to look up the trailer for the original reveal of the Rayman Raving Rabbids game, because the Rabbids look like creepy. They are not funny. They're supposed to be creepy, weird little dudes.
Is it the one for the Wii?
Yeah. Not now. We're recording a podcast right now.
Okay, I'll do it later. I guess, yeah, they basically, the Rabbids are the mascot.
They're the new mascot, yeah.
Ubisoft now. That sucks.
Pretty much.
They even had their own cartoon. Like my 10-year-old, when he was younger, obviously used to love the Rabbids cartoon, but literally all they did was for any situation. Like they would they would drop food on the ground. Ah! Like they would just have a heart attack and die. Ah!
Imagine
Whatever, dude.
imagine telling you in the 90s that like in the future there's going to be a crossover with Mario and Rayman, but it's going to be the not Rayman because everyone's going to be more wild about these rabbits that he's with.
Back in the day, people would have taken off their pants and thrown them at you. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Why are you talking
You don't know what
crap
you're
about
talking about.
Rayman?
Back to the future, spaceman.
Oh, man, I fully believed that rumor that Rayman was going to be in Smash Ultimate. I saw his silhouette in the ice column.
I still don't understand why he wasn't. He's way more like they didn't need to add any more fucking Fire Emblem characters to Smash. They didn't need to. I guess some of the other ones make sense. Well, yeah, they could have skipped on fucking Pyra and whatever the fuck, Pyra and Mithra. They could have added fucking Rayman or Crash Bandicoot would have been like something iconic in Smash Bros. That's what people want in Smash Bros. I assume anyway.
Here's
that's
what
I
happened.
Want in Smash Bros.
Nintendo.
So that's what everybody wants.
Nintendo went to Ubisoft and was like, "Hey, we want Rayman. We want Rayman in Smash." And they're like, "Sorry, best we can do is a dozen rabbits."
It would have made total sense because like they have the fucking Mario and Rabbids game, so it would have, I guess, kind of tied into that. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I think it would have worked. I'm sorry, Rayman.
Yeah, rip Rayman.
What time is it? Is it time for an ad break?
I think so. We're both about like 4 in, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Hey there, listeners. I'm sure that you have heard, you've heard of Viagra, Cialis, Blue Chew. There are so many pills out there to make your dick hard. But what if you've got the opposite problem? What if your dick is too hard? What if it just... You're riding on the bus and you have to get up on your stop, but you're like, oh no, I can't stand up right now. So you just wait for the next stop, right? Well, we've got the solution for you. It's, I didn't think of a name.
Flaccid Forever?
Flaccid Time. We got Flaccid Time pills. You just take them, wait 30 seconds, and you will be as soft as a noodle. Sitting in class, the teacher says you have to stand up to do an answer, and you're like, no. Just take a Flaccid Forever and wait 30 seconds. Just stall for a little bit. Start a coughing fit. Then you'll be able to stand up and answer the question.
That's right. If you're not wearing sweatpants where you can just tuck it into the waistband, Flaccid Forever is just pop one of those. And, yeah.
The pro move. You don't have to practice your pro strats anymore. Just take Flaccid Forever. Thanks, Flaccid Forever. We're back.
I remember one time, this isn't related to getting a boner or anything like that, but I remember one time, and I was riding the bus home from school, and I was doing that thing where you have your legs up against like the seat, the back of the seat in front of you, and in which my legs fell asleep and I had to get off the bus. So I was like dragging myself off the bus, and that was great.
I used to love the feeling of arms or legs falling asleep. I was a little weirdo. Like, I would make my leg fall asleep, and I'd walk around, and I'd be like, I can't feel anything. This is so weird.
Be all tingly and everything.
Just falling on the ground.
Let's go with Arrow the Acrobat. I mentioned him earlier. He's real. He's a thing.
Tommy's gonna Google him. Why don't you all Google him with me?
Yeah, Arrow the Acrobat. He's on the SNES and Genesis. He had a sequel as well, and then like a spin-off one where there was like a kamikaze squirrel or some shit, but all he did to attack was he would shoot stars and do like an aerial like diagonal drill attack, and that's it.
He's got fangs, so he doesn't have human teeth, so that's good.
Yeah, he was almost cool.
Yeah, I of all the designs I've seen, this one is one of the... I could have seen this one picking up. I don't like the wings on his boots and the A. He's got too many A's. He's got an A on his shirt, an A on each boot. It's too much.
I think... Yeah, it looks like the second game he looks about the same. Yeah.
Almost has a mohawk. That would have been maximum 90s.
Oh, here's another good SNES one for you. James Pond, with a P. James Pond.
Some people on a podcast I listened to were talking about him, and I thought they were making a joke the whole time, because he's like a frog that's like supposed to be James Bond, right?
No, he's a fish.
Sure. Sure he is.
Don't look it up, dude.
No, I am. The first
Okay.
image didn't have his tail, and I was like, okay, he's just a frog with arms, but then I can see that he actually has a goldfish tail.
Oh wow, the first game came out on the Genesis, the Archimedes, whatever the fuck that is.
Hell, Archimedes.
The Atari
He had
ST.
a
Oh, and the
DS
Amiga,
game?
which by the way, the mascot for the Amiga line of computers back in the day was Zool, Zool, Zool. There's another one for you, Tommy.
For Amiga?
Yeah, Ninja of the Nth Dimension.
Look at that. Zool 2, he's back, and this time he's got company. It's a girl Zool.
Was that Zool 2?
Move over, Sonic. Zool storming through on an Amiga Action magazine.
Oh my god,
He's
here's
just
an ad for
elbowing.
those like
He's just elbowing Sonic out of the way.
remember those like I think they're called Chupa Chups lollipops. They have like
No.
different weird flavors. Oh, well, there's an ad for them. It's just Zool in association with the world's best-selling lollipops.
I can't believe there's an Amiga magazine.
I didn't know that either. That's nuts.
Costs $3.95 American.
Damn, I'll take 20.
I just gotta. Oh, man, I miss video game magazines. Oh, it was in English. It was in Europe. Gigantic footy game, a megabyte of soccer action. Bug Bomber, amazing puzzle romp.
Here's another one. Bonk. He's the little caveman guy. He was the mascot for the TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, what a gross looking head. Is his cover literally? Does he? Oh, because he bonks into things with his head. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Makes sense.
There's
They're so clever, those video game makers.
there was a spin-off with Bonk called Air Zonk with a Z, Air Zonk, where it was like a shmup, and the cover is kind of cool actually.
You're
He's like half
kidding.
robot and shit.
Wait, they turned Bonk into a shoot 'em up? Why?
Yeah, dude.
They turned Bonk into a shmup, guys.
Everybody
These
just
words
stops
are
what they're doing.
meaningless. Here's another 90s ad. He sticks his tongue out. He gets serious hang time. And he's only 4 inches tall. Air Zonk for TurboGrafx. Oh, okay. Here's how Zonk. Bonk created Zonk in his prehistoric laboratory and shot him off into the future to do battle with hordes of cyber robots. So there you go.
Fuck.
So don your shades and lace up your boots extra tight, because there are no referees in this game.
By the way, that other caveman I was talking about, it's Torque. Tork. Torque, the prehistoric punk.
I actually knew a person named Torque. Like,
Nice,
it's spelled
that's a
just
cool
like that.
fucking name.
Oh, is this an Xbox game? What?
Yeah. Oh my god! And do you remember
talking
Attack and the
about?
Power of Juju? I always thought everybody was so fucking ugly in those games. They're also fucking butt ugly, but people loved those
Yeah,
games.
I do not like his face at all.
There was like a skinny dude in the second game. He
I
was
do
also
not.
butt fucking ugly.
Who designed this character? Did he have a Nickelodeon show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Just giving everyone Nickelodeon shows, I guess.
Right. He was like the one fucking game from that era that Nickelodeon was like, hey, let's make a show out of this. Like they could have made a fucking Crash Bandicoot show, or like they could have made a fucking Torque the Prehistoric Punk
pretty
show, but
sure
instead they were like, let's take this big nosed
I
kid.
could be wrong. I believe there
And,
was a Crash Bandicoot show. Oh, it was canceled. Never mind. I'm wrong. Okay, here's the question that I want to ask you because you're the expert. Who or what is the mascot for Final Fantasy?
They're probably
That's
a
what-
Moogle, honestly.
That's what I was thinking. And are there Moogles in Final Fantasy 9?
Oh yeah, that's what you save your game with. Like
That's
they'll
right.
be like whoa bop, boo, or like they'll say Koopo, but like their little sounds in the game would be like boop boop, boo, and then
And
they
I
do a
think they
fucking flip in the air and drop their book, and you save your game.
I think they did that in Final Fantasy 4, the only two that I've like played any amount of. And so that surprised me. I was like, wait, is that they're just a save point? Why are they such a big deal to everyone?
There's one area in Final Fantasy 9 where there's like, did you ever get to the second summoner girl Aiko in Final Fantasy 9 in that like desert village place?
Yeah, I think so. Is she the annoying little girl?
Yeah, with the horn.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, she had like a ton of Moogles with her. Like they
That
all
girl
lived
had
together.
a ton of Moogles.
That's a Moogle.
That's a Moogle for you. Okay, I don't. What is it?
A Moogle?
Why is it in all the games?
I'm gonna look it up.
First
There's no real description. They're just fluffy
just there.
things with
Okay.
wings.
All right, I'll take it, I guess. My gosh, this Wikipedia page is longer than George Washington's. a mascot that deserves a shout out, but like I don't know if you would you'll understand. Mega Man is a mascot, but he's like a Mega Man, or he's a mascot for the Mega Man series, but he's bigger than that. I feel like, you know?
I had Mega Man on my list as well, but I was considering having him him the mascot for Capcom, but I don't know because like Street Fighter's Ryu is huge.
Yeah,
and there's lots of other
tough.
Capcom characters.
Yeah, Capcom's too wide-reaching. I don't think you could name one mascot for Capcom.
I guess Mega Man does come up a lot in a lot of different Capcom things because like Capcom also has Ace Attorney.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Devil May Cry. I guess Mega Man is like their longest running one though.
Yeah. And he's pretty... Okay, here's a question for you, because you've played multiple Mega Men, right?
I guess I have played a lot of Mega Men in my day.
Does his abilities change between the games? Like, I know you get different abilities from the bosses, but like him as just a standard character.
Yeah, I think starting in the second or third game, they give him like a little kind of a dash move, like you do like a little crouch dash kind of thing. I guess it would just be like a little slide dash. And they also give him they also let him charge his shots later on as well too, because like in the first game and I think the second game, you just have your individual shots and like you just jump and shit like that. And I think it was the third game they let you not only charge your gun, but they give him a little slide dash. And I think that was it, because like in X and like Zero and all those other ones, they work a little bit differently. Like they give them like wall slides and like wall jumps and shit like that in other games. But
okay, that's good. Good for Mega Man.
He's really recognized. I feel like a lot more people would know Mega Man than they would like Ryu or like
I agree.
Or
Hubert.
Hubert, yeah, or what the fuck is his name? Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. What do you think is the mascot for level 5?
I don't know enough about level 5. Let me do a quick search and I'll tell you the name that I most recognize.
Because I know, like they do Professor Layton,
of course.
They do Yokai
Watch is pretty big around the world.
I'm
gonna say it's probably Jeanne d'Arc. Everyone's
the hidden
favorite
gem, Jeanne d'Arc.
Oh, Nino Cooney's them too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's our boys right there. Level 5. Yeah. Oh, they did Rogue Galaxy. Holy shit.
I'm gonna have to say Yokai Watch. The main ghost looking one. The Pikachu of Yokai Watch. I can't even name.
Jibanyan. Yeah.
Jibanyan. Is this a cat?
Yeah.
We're 12 days through February and we haven't...
Oh! That's tomorrow, baby. We'll cut that out.
No. Is this a cat?
Fuck, dude. That's a good one.
It is. Look at us. More business meeting stuff.
By the way, I forgot that Inazuma 11 was a thing. It's this like sweet soccer game series that Level 5 does that we never get in the US, but I would love to play like a soccer RPG.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
I feel like if you tell a Gen Z person that this was a PlayStation mascot for a brief period, they would be like, "Why are you talking to me, old man?" Sweet Tooth used to be a really big deal.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Like even when they announced the Twisted Metal TV show they're making, they're like, they've casted someone as Sweet Tooth. That was like their first decision, and I like looking back. It's like, yeah, a psychotic clown driving a car. Mm-hmm.
They have Will Arnett doing the voice for Sweet Tooth in the live action series.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's a good choice. He's got the gruff like Will Arnett.
I wish I had his voice.
Well. Yeah, he's got a good one. He was Lego Batman and
BoJack Horseman.
Oh yeah, that's right, BoJack Horseman. Instantly recognizable for sure.
Man, what is that show gonna be?
I imagine. Like, have you ever seen the Death Race movies? There's like fucking 6 of them.
No, I haven't.
I would assume just like that. The movie series nobody else has seen, but I've only seen one of. Just because it was on TNT once. Remember TNT?
TNT.
It's still
TNT.
A channel.
Yeah, it is still a channel. What was the... Oh, there was a different one that had a T in it.
PBS?
No. Maybe it was just TNT, but it was called...
TNA?
No. Hold on.
Dude, Bravo, that's still a channel for somehow. I don't know what Bravo does.
I think I'm just thinking of the old TNT logo, the yellow and red one.
Possibly.
That's probably what I'm thinking of. I don't have any more mascots that I had written down.
So I was doing a Google search for Sweet Tooth Twisted Metal, and then on the right side it says people also search for. It's got Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses. It's got Marcus Kane, that's Sweet Tooth's real name, and then there's just this dude named Polygon Man.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Look up Polygon Man. Have you heard of Polygon Man?
I've never heard of this before.
If I'm remembering right, yeah, it was like the marketing for PlayStation before PlayStation came out, which I have no memories of, but he was in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Oh,
right?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've literally never heard of that guy, but okay.
No, but they put him in the Smash of PlayStation. He was envisioned as a next-gen spokesman to talk to consumers.
Here's another mascot for you. The mascot for Namco, my bad, Pac-Man.
Yes. We talk about how Sonic didn't transition from 2D to 3D, but they kept him basically the same. He runs fast and does things. Pac-Man, they just kind of changed him completely. I don't know how you go from the top-down view eating pellets to 3D gameplay, but giving him arms and legs and making him a platformer, I don't know.
Whatever they did it, and it seemed all right. The Pac-Man 99 though, that one is fun as hell. I don't know how they came up with the idea for a Pac-Man battle royale, but it's fun as hell.
Right? Shouldn't work, but it does. Good for Pac-Man.
Would you consider Wario a mascot? No.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, he's got his WarioWare games, but he's not even really the mascot of it. I think of those games as more like the games themselves.
Let's pour one out for Bubsy also, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spyro. Out my Baja Blast.
Yeah. Big tall glass
Onto
of milk
the carpet.
For Bubsy. Let it sit there and stink a little bit.
Man, Spyro. Did you see what they did to Spyro in Skylanders?
I don't think so. What they do?
You need to look it up. Just look up Spyro Skylanders.
Ooh.
They changed his model quite a bit.
It looks like they just kind of smashed his face in a little bit. Like, no, that's not my guy. I think that's Banjo-Kazooie. Who could forget Punky Skunk, the classic Punky Skunk?
Klonoa.
Oh, Klonoa's a good one. Jersey Devil. Oh, Glover. Fuck.
Glover. Oh, dude.
Cool Spot. I remember Cool Spot from the NES. That was my first ever video game I ever played. Was a Cool Spot checkers game on the NES.
Okay, this is just silly. When you look up Glover on Wikipedia for platforms, it says Nintendo 64, Windows, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Who is demanding Glover on every platform?
I didn't even realize they had it on. Oh, okay, it's TBA.
Yeah, it's TBA.
Oh, Frogger. There's another one.
Oh, that's a good one. Frogger's a good one for, what would you even say, just old games? Arcades, maybe?
Arcade, probably, yeah.
Last time I went to an arcade, they still had a Frogger machine.
I'm all out of them. I'm fresh out of them now. Other than maybe Samba de Amigo, but that's it.
That's all the mascots. Everyone else is not a mascot. It's just a character in their game.
That's right.
If people want to find us on Twitter and yell at us about video game mascots or any other website, go to superpodsaga.com on Twitter, on Instagram. Just find us, superpodsaga@gmail.com. Give us your opinions. And we have a Patreon, too. You could also pay us money to give your opinions.
That's right, too. Yeah, for $2 a month, we'll give us a question or quote you want us to read. By the way, shout out to our patron at Novel Console. They're still going strong. They're great. They're an awesome variety podcast. Talk about books, video games, everything underneath the sun. But yeah, for $2 a month, we'll shout you out on every episode. You can give us a quote or question we'll read out.
Mm-hmm.
$4 a month. You have access to all of our bonus episodes that we'll make. There's a lot of different ideas we have.
We've got so many good ideas. It's the best thing. We're so good at ideas.
We really are. We have ideas. That's us. We're the idea men. And yeah, $4 a month, you can be in a bonus episode, and you get early access to those bonus episodes.
Ooh.
So yeah,
that'd be fun. So let's see. I got to pick the next topic, correct?
Correct.
Okay. In honor of Nintendo finally giving us Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the Nintendo Switch, my brain is running wild with thoughts about Nintendo handhelds. So we are going to talk next week specifically about Nintendo handhelds.
Ooh, let me jot that down real fast. That's Okay, cool.
We could just do like individually the Game Boy or the Game Boy Advance or just like the collection of like, no, they're so unique in their own ways. I just want to cover all of them.
There we go. Got it down. It's set in stone now. Let's do it.
Yes, you chiseled it in to your wall.
my prison cell wall. I chiseled it in with a spoon.
All right. Thank you for listening, everyone. You're all superstars to me.
That's right. You are all of our superstars. And just like how Lady Gaga has her little monsters, except you're our superstars.
Yeah, we've decided your names. I hope you like them.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.